we wanted to create a video to show how you might create some basic code for using the RGB LEDs that we sent to you. Like with some other features, it's probably best if you go through extensions and then search Neopixel and install the Neopixel extension. And so you can see that I've installed that here. And when I click on Neopixel, you will see a bunch of functions that look like they will work for us, and we'll talk through a couple of them now. The first thing that we want to do is we want to tell the device what we have connected to it. And again, in the simulator over here on the left, you can see that right now it's connected to the 0 pin, the 3 volt, and the ground, and then it goes out to the LEDs out here. And you can see the color coding of the wires. Right now I have on start set strip, and the strip is just the name for the LEDs, to being a Neopixel at pin 0, so that's telling it this location, right? We could set it to pin 1 or other pins. And then I interpret this to mean how many lights we have, because you can modify each one individually. It's called individually addressable. And then this matters over here. So right now we have it set as RGB, but you can set a couple different formats, and this will make a difference. Basically, if you think of the color mixing that you sometimes have to do to get a color where it has a red component, a green component, and a blue component, if the microbit is telling the LEDs that it wants a certain color produced at a certain spot or at a certain time, then knowing the sequence of those, whether it's red, green, blue, or green, red, blue, or whatever other combination, matters so that it can interpret it correctly. So this is the sort of setting the stage, right? So we're on start, it's setting that, and it's sort of making it clear what's being connected. So the next thing that we want to do is create a function. So on button A, we're going to have the strip, right, which we set as the color strip with the lights, show the color red. So that seems easy enough, but I'm going to clue you into an issue where if you just have it set up this way, you're going to run into problems. And it might not be immediately apparent, but we need to go to the settings, and this block here is really important. So we need to set the strip to show. So if you think of it in this way, when button A is pressed, the strip is told that it should show the color red, but the strip doesn't activate that and show the color red until this block is shown. So just a little tip that you want both of those included in there. And then if we go and test this, we see that actually green is shown, and that's because of this formatting change up here. So if we switch it back there, let it reset, okay, then the right colors come up. So just something to keep in mind. You might have to tinker with that based on the strip that you have and the settings you have in here. And don't be surprised if they come up as the wrong color. So the other thing that we want to do is, we can tinker with this. And like I said, each light bulb is individually addressable. So same thing on button B. We want to tell the light strip that we want to change the color of, this is bulb 2, to the color blue. And so if we do this right now, nothing happens. And again, that's because we don't have this strip show. And so now it's basically telling it that, tell the strip to set the pixel color at light bulb 2 to the color blue, and then show that color, right? Or show that output. So now if we hit that, it turns the color that we want. Okay, if we hit A, turns red. If we hit B, it turns that color. And then what I wanted to do was basically include a clearing function so that we can go back to the initial setup with the LEDs off. And so same thing, if we go to Neopixel, there's a strip clear. And so if we drag that out, we have it on button AB, press, then set the strip to clear, and then set the strip to show. And so if we click the AB button here, right, that sort of resets everything. So next I'll show you what this looks like on the actual microbit. And feel free to play with this. There's lots of different things you can do here. And you can have this associated with all sorts of different other functions on the bit. We wanted to show you the wiring for connecting to the RGB LEDs that we sent to you. And so the start of this is going to look very similar, where the microbit has a wire coming from ground, a wire coming from the 3-volt, and then in this case a wire coming from pin 0, but that really could be any pin. But we've got those connected with the alligator clips, and then this is one of the LED light bulbs, and you see the wires coming off of here. And we do want to keep these separate so we don't get a short, but this is the other end of the 3 cables. And it might not be immediately clear, but the red goes to red as usual, providing the power, and the black goes to the blue wire coming off of the light bulb in this case. And then the yellow is the signal cable, just like it was in the servo example. If we further take a look with the lights, I have the code loaded on the board here, and I just want to show you sort of what this might result in. So if I hit the A button, it goes to all the lights turning red. If I hit the B button, it shifts one of those red lights to the blue light. And then I have it where if I hit A and B, it turns all the lights back to a starting stage or off. Now, if I hit the B button first and then the A button, it turns them all to red. So it sort of wipes out that command. So just something to be alert to as you're creating this code. Thanks.